steaks from Deuce Silverado. That's what you get on Pantheon.
Presented by Two.
And Snickers.
Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. And cha-cha real smooth because Two was on the air with another edition of Pantheon. The semifinals in our two tournaments to determine the inaugural Two World Champions conclude tonight, and we will know who our finalists are, who are going to fight that sweet, sweet gold in our upcoming pay-per-view, Brawloween. I'm Deuce Silverado alongside Carl Featherbottom, and Carl, what are two words that you like smushed together?
I like snack and bar, Snook Bar.
Snook Bar it is! We now go to Danny Storms for tonight's match forecast.
Thanks, Deuce. I'm Danny Storms, your resident meteorologist and match forecaster, and we've got a lot to cover tonight, so we're going to head right over to the Grappler Radar for tonight's match forecast. So as you can see here, we are going to start out tonight's match forecast in Week 2 of Round 2 of both our men's and women's championship tournament action. Up here, we have a fatal four-way match featuring the Frog Prince, Father Time, Lyle Guard, and Dignifique Nordique. In this match, I see Father Time coming out on top, but with only a slight 37.7% edge. This match really could go to anyone. Down over here in the women's division, we have a three-way match featuring Artemis T. Demoulas, aka The Grocer, Adora-Bear, and Indiana. I see Indiana winning this one with a 50.6% edge. Now let's head over to some of the other matches tonight with this week's Danny Storms' Storms Surge. First up, we have Paul Opposite, who I see losing to General Doug with an 82.9% chance. Everybody's Brother has an 84.9% chance over Anti-Santa, and Dr. Jean Mutation with a 79.2% chance over this week's newcomer, Blockbuster Britt. Now that we've got that out of the way, I would like to update you on my investigation into the Scooby-Doo-Gooder. I have crunched the numbers, I have processed the data, and, well, take a look at this. You see here, this is the Scooby-Doo-Gooder. And to say the least, the Scooby-Doo-Gooder is an anomaly. This spiral pattern that you see here, this is not consistent with any known natural meteorological phenomenon that we have seen in at least a millennia. And to make things weirder, I traced this anomaly back in time, and it's been there since 1999, just waiting to show itself. Why has it come forward now? Is anyone's guess at this point in time. But he's been there. And then when we add this to what we saw last week between Everybody's Brother and the cardiologist, and what happened with his arms going through his chest, and then the cardiologist's ability to continue to fight, wrestling his opponents with what seemed like only the power of his heart, throwing them around without even touching them. Finally, we have been receiving messages from somebody claiming to be the actual devil from literal Christian hell. And given the events of the past week, given my investigation into Scooby-Doo-Gooder, I cannot say for sure that this person is not, in fact, the actual devil from literal Christian hell. So what's the point? What am I getting at? Well, as a match forecaster and a meteorologist, it is my sworn duty to provide as accurate a picture of the future as possible in all facets. And it has come to my attention that there's something supernatural going on in this league. There are things happening that cannot be predicted through existing meteorological models. I need to expand the tools that I use. The Grappler Radar is great for what it does, but it is insufficient for the task of forecasting matches in this league. So with that, I'm going to try something new for the remaining match on tonight's card. The remaining match is a 3-vs-3 tag team match featuring Bear Grylls, the Keeper, and Amnezia Zteve going up against Ronnie, Revv, Dr. Zachary Cambridge, and Mantaur. So who will win tonight's match? For that, let's consult Danny Storms' Deck of Storms. The winner will be the Page of Swords, which obviously means that tonight's action will be rowdy with a chance of pain. Back to you, Deuce.
It's Boba the Chaos Rabbit, who is coming to ringside for reasons. Speaking of choreographed, here's the opposite of that, Chaos Bunny!
Than that tiny body.
Look at that tandem offense from this team that, again, did not exist upwards of 12 minutes ago. Lyle Guard is ready to finish this.
He wants to end this bunny's night in a bad way.
And that is the sentencing. 1, 2, guilty as charged.
Okay, Boba, so that was a great first effort as a team, but you took a beating and you took the loss there, and corporate doesn't exactly reward the losing teams a bunch, so gonna need you to put in a little bit more effort and... Okay, and what I'm gonna need you to do is... Right, and so what I'm gonna need you to do, Boba, is wait for my signal and then we get them together. Cool. This is how we get raises.
Recent victories by the Frog Prince have him more popular than ever in his kingdom.
Is the Frog Prince's winning streak the thing to make his people overlook that he spent 20 years living as a frog due to a witch's curse?
Rumors abound that the princess is thinking of coming back to the Frog Prince after she left him for bathing himself in yellow paint as a signal to her that he was ready to produce an heir, thanks to his recent success in the
We've
wrestling
heard much less from the Frog Prince's two siblings about his fitness to ascend to king, when the time comes, following a strong win against Magnifique Nordique.
Before the witch put a curse on me that made me spend 20 years as a frog, I would bathe in the adoration of my people. And now their love is returning, because as a man, not a frog, I have the possibility to bring them the TWO World Championship, and show them that I can ascend to the throne better than my rapscallion siblings. And so, I must win. And if it feels like a lot of pressure to you, well, I'm only human.
Hello, Lyle Guard here. Captain Kakaw's out on assignment. I have a message for you, Frog Prince, Father Time, the Dignifique Nordique. It's nothing personal. I just want to be champion. I just want to give my rules to this organization to make it the best organization it can be. Make it a just organization. Make it a good organization through all of my rules. Which brings me to rule number 1. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship means looking out for one another. It means doing what's right even if it's not the best thing for you. It means doing the right thing for the person, not the right thing for the sport. And in the spirit of that, I'm going to be sending some get well prosciutto to my good friend, Dr. Michael Romano. Remember, there's no running from Lyle, and there's no running from doing what's right.
One of these 4 competitors will go on to the final 4, the men's championship. And Carl, who's it going to be?
Oh, it's got to be Father Time. He's undefeated.
We keep saying it, you can't beat Time.
Time is on his own side, and that's the
time,
best side to be on.
Will he come out in a timely fashion tonight?
I'm predicting no, based on past experience.
I am incapable of learning, so I think he is right behind that door right now, and we are going to get a dramatic door opening, and he's going to be right there.
Deuce, you are, you put the dumb, I want to say you're dumb. I want to say you're dumb. It was going to be a funny way to say it. But I don't have a good one.
You're an optimist? There's something moving behind the door right now. You can kind of see it through there. Maybe missed, but I think it's Father. There he is. Nope.
He's not there. Nope. There's the moon. That's the real moon right there.
Oh yeah, we've got the real moon inside the building. The tides are going crazy.
Promotions will have a fake moon in their building, and that's why the fans come to TWO.
They come to TWO for the real moon and for Father Time's timely entrance. He's gonna be here any minute now, I'm sure.
I think this minute.
Oh, there we go. Father Time has made it, and he is once again carrying a lantern. Please just leave the lights on before he gets to his mark. I am once again asking.
That would be nice. Deuce does have waking night terrors.
Hey, I may be having one right now. Just give me a pinch. Ow! Why would you do that?
What, make a sound effect while I pinch you?
There you see last week, Father Time advancing to the semifinals in a wild match.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That's what
Father Time has got to teach Deuce Silverado about time. Just kidding. He doesn't talk. At least when he's wearing the mask.
We've seen him online shopping. We've seen him addressing the camera. He's clearly got words.
Okay, fine. Maybe he can teach you about time and when September 26th was.
That was, I'm just gonna get out my personal booking calendar here. Let's see, we got, that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, Father Time defeated many a wrestler to advance to this semifinal.
And
once again,
Carl, you've got him as the favorite and possibly the toughest wrestler in TWO.
Yeah, definitely one of the toughest, one of the oldest, and clearly one of the ones with children.
He's got children.
He's a father. He's a father.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. I was going with the time, you're going with the father.
Yeah. Father Time's children, I think, are minutes and seconds.
It's terrible names. Just name someone Jeff, for the love of God. Names are getting out of control.
You gotta stay popular. You gotta keep trending.
Hippies.
Father Time, such a hippie.
More
like Father
hippie.
Patchouli.
And that is the Frog Prince. Not a hippie and also not a frog. All man as he approaches the ring.
And every week you just see his humanity taking the lead more and more as he gets more and more adjusted to this skin and frame.
There we are. Also on September 26th, the Frog Prince advanced with just an impressive performance, putting away Boba the Chaos Buddy with a Spanish fly. That is how he got here. And you do not think he is the favorite, because if you thought he was the favorite, you would not think Father Time was the favorite. And Carl, I have done the math.
You've done the math, and I've done the thinking. Frog Prince, beloved by his people, threatened by his siblings. He's got a lot going on in his heart and in his mind, and I just think tonight that might get the best of him.
Never more beloved by his people after some huge wins here in TWO. But he feels that pressure to come home with the championship belt, to show the people of his country that he can ascend to the throne, despite the 20 years that he spent living as a frog.
Never been a frog, this wrestler, Lyle Guard. He follows Stay One
like
Species rules.
There's a Lyle Guard advancing in the quarterfinals. Also on September 26th. Also doing a lot of pointing.
Lyle Guard, one of the smoothest, coolest characters in this league, and also one of the toughest wrestlers that we've got.
And what like, just look at that head of hair. Just a fantastic head of hair once again.
amazing that it gets splashed on by water all the time and it never loses its positioning. It is very, very tightly coiffed.
He has got a lot of hold in that coif.
Really thought you were going to say a lot of holes.
A lot of holds in that hold.
Holes.
Holes? Why would I say that? I don't understand.
Like the Louis Satcher book.
Speaking of Louis Satcher, here's Le Magnifique Nordique, who is not that person.
No, and Le Magnifique Nordique, the winner of the inaugural Pancration that kicked off this season of TWO.
It was not a Royal Rumble, it was a Pancration, and he did eliminate Bear Grylls in order to get a bye right to this round. However, he did lose against the Frog Prince last week, and also he is not Father Time, so I am assuming, Carl, not your favorite to win this match.
No, he's proven himself to be able to withstand a long, slow, grueling Pancration, but in the heat of a smaller group of wrestlers, his technicality may not be able to carry the day.
Well, we know that he can fight alongside and win against 30, but lose against 1. We've got a number between 1 and 30 here, though, because I have once again done the math, Carl.
That's good to know that you are learning. You are moving one step at a time. Now, first is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. That's the wrestlers here tonight.
And these 4 wrestlers are a little bit of friendly smack talk? Maybe not. Either way, this match has begun and they're going right after each other.
We got Lyle taking on Father Time. We've got Frog Prince.
The Frog Prince is going right for a cover. Lyle Guard, too smart for that.
And Father Time biding his time.
I'm sure that hurt, whatever it was. I once again have an obstructed view.
Yeah, no, that was me stubbing my toe. It happens all the time, but I'm a professional and I kept the pain inside.
Well, someone feeling a lot of pain inside right now is Le Magnifique Nordique, who just ate that suplex. And Father Time is going right into literal Christian hell for the ladder.
Yeah, Father Time, he's got a lot of tricks in his book that he's been putting together over these last eternity.
So many tricks, including bringing out a ladder and then not using it.
It's the art of deception.
Well, the Frog Prince now seems firmly in control of this match. No, Le Magnifique Nordique with a little gouge to the eyes. Fully legal.
Lyle Guard taking a minute to look at the crowd and show off his body hair.
But, you know, when you spend as much time on a beach bleaching your body hair in the natural light of the sun, you gotta show it off. That's what I always say.
Yeah, would you say he has the best body hair in the company?
I think you gotta go with the Mantaur if you want to go for body hair in the company.
Wow, hot takes from Deuce Silverado. That's what you get on Pantheon from
Here,
TWO.
presented by TWO.
And Snickers. Do you like candy that gets stuck in your teeth? Here, have 7 Snickers.
Oh no, all of these Snickers have been stuck in my teeth. Was I supposed to eat them all at once? Of course I was. I am a greedy, greedy little pig.
That's
Snickers.
the slogan.
It's a really long slogan. The ad copy just keeps getting longer from these guys.
I think the copywriters over at Snickers get paid by the letter.
Makes a lot of sense. Magnifique Nordique now with a pin, but Frog Prince kicking out.
Lyle taking a
really good
folding
for
chair to
Magnifique.
Father Time's head.
Holy cow, Lyle Guard! He knows what... And we've got Brawloween coming up. Brawloween shaping up right now. The winner of this match will be facing everybody's brother. That's who it was for the inaugural men's championship. You like anybody's chances in here against everybody's brother, who just got the dirtiest win over an armless Dr. Michael Romano and General Doug last week. That was actually last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week. That was on 10-3, and again, we've got the Brawloween season finale episode coming up on October 24th. We can all get excited for that. Regarding everybody's brother, you gotta think that the fans have gotta be rooting for whoever comes out of this match to take him down.
We got 1, 2, and no, the Magnifique Nordique not gonna be sat by on the side of the pool by Lyle Guard.
And Father Time taking advantage of Lyle Guard's defenselessness in that moment. Oh, turned it around.
In the meantime, there's a lot going on outside of the ring between the Magnifique Nordique and the Frog Prince. Unfinished business from last week, perhaps, but the action is in the ring, and Lyle Guard is setting up a big powerbomb. Connects to Father Time, and he is going up. Could this be the high dive? It might not be.
Father Time's getting up.
And it is not. He just jumped at the ground, and it was ineffective.
That was like he was trying to get in the pool to save somebody who didn't need to be saved. And he realized halfway through.
Father Time has now got the hands of Time locked in, and the Frog Prince breaks it up.
Now with his lithe and jumpy legs that are human.
Human, but very jumpy.
Yeah, maybe it's just his leg personality. Every leg has a personality, and he's got a jumpy one.
1, 2,
don't know what the Frog Prince is thinking.
Father Time jumped on top, and Frog Prince still just sitting there setting up for something, waiting for his moment, missing with the poison Nick, and
best laid plans of frogs and men.
Lyle Guard, in the meantime, it's Father Time with a huge German suplex.
Father Time, the frustration.
From under the Magnifique Nordique. Frog Prince flipping over Lyle Guard, but getting an elbow to the breadbasket to stop all of that momentum. I really thought something was... Oh, that's a huge knee to the face. And now Lyle Guard is setting up that face buster. And could this be it?
Magnifique doesn't want to go down so easily.
2, 3, he does in fact go down so easily. Lyle Guard is advancing to the finals.
What a quick disposal of this fatal four-way by Lyle Guard. He wasn't ready to play any games tonight.
Absolutely not. He hit that riptide, that's what it's called, right on the Magnifique Nordique. Father Time and the Frog Prince too busy battling outside to notice, and that just left Jacoby 3 seconds to count.
Yeah, and Lyle Guard pulling out that riptide, telling everybody, you've got to watch out when it's coming and pulling you in.
And right now, Lyle Guard and that magnificent head of hair once again headed to Brawloween. He could be our initial TWO World Champion. Carl, can you stand the excitement?
No!
Well, let's get you looked at.
We spend our whole lives looking for that special someone. But who's right for you? Introducing Quick Passion.
These days, it can be hard to find your perfect match, and I want the right person to be my human mirror. That's why I trust Quick Passion. Rawr.
Every 45 days, somebody finds their special somebody on Quick Passion. That's what makes us the #1 service for when you're looking for something, I don't know.
I've been forced to end relationships with over 5 different women because they couldn't appreciate the sharpness of fresh steel. But with Quick Passion, they let me sort with over 500,000 different criteria, including appreciation for a sharp knife. That's why I choose Quick Passion.
Quick Passion. We don't judge.
Yeah, do you think the Ultimate Manager could improve Tuber's aim with a sledgehammer? Is that really the work that Tuber wants to be doing?
I think Tuber is flailing around, for a wrestling strategy.
Tuber's flailing around in a sleeper hole, and yes!
Alex Ryan Isaac!
Number one has gotten the win! And Jacoby called for the bell!
Video memo from the Ultimate Manager to Alex Ryan Isaac. BCC redacted. Subject, your victory / next steps. Alex Ryan Isaac. You fought a great match, and I salute you. You stepped up proactively and made an impact, literally, on your opponent's flesh and or vegetable matter. Your performance didn't just exceed expectations, it substantially exceeded expectations, and that will not be overlooked. I gave you my word that if you won the match, I would train you. And when the Ultimate Manager gives you his word, he will absolutely deliver and or provide a reasonable explanation as to why he can't. In this case, it's 100% the latter, baby. And you know that explanation is going to be as transparent as it possibly can be, given the constraints imposed by my professional obligations. Because that's how the Ultimate Manager rolls. Basically, in a nutshell, the resources I'd hoped to devote to your training have been reallocated to a new corporate-level initiative due to evolving organizational needs. And in the interest of full transparency, I can disclose that this new initiative will have me reporting into someone whose identity will be announced later. The TWO org chart has a new dotted line, baby. But as I said, Alex Ryan Isaac, your performance will not be overlooked. I have used the TWO internal rewards portal to award you 75 TWO points, which can be redeemed for a variety of wonderful gifts. For example, with 200 TWO points, you can get a set of TWO branded Bluetooth earbuds. And for only 400 additional points, you can get the proprietary drivers required to make those earbuds usable. Thank you in advance for your understanding and patience as these exciting organizational changes develop. Best regards, the Ultimate Manager.
Hello, fine people of General Doug's army. Hello, CC match winner. I won a match with my military might and mind. I want to extend that knowledge to Paul R. Opposite. The man is a great wrestler, but lacks no control, no focus. Paul. May I call you Paul? Paul, cadet, I would like to challenge you to a exhibition, a skirmish match, if you will, so that I can show you the finer points of wrestling. But I would like to spice it up a bit, get people interested. If you win, you prove your military might and your wrestling craziness is more in tune with TOW, so that you will then become the general of the army, because, the strongest always wins in these sort of situations. So if you win, you will get my hat and my title of general and command of my vast army of child soldiers. I look forward to this fracas. Paul, what do you say?
General Doug, this is Paul, our opposite. We were friends for a while. The reason I kicked you in the balls, because you took my friggin' cat. I'm gonna kick you in the balls again. I'm gonna beat you down this match. You're done, General Doug. Done. Sick of it. I want my cat back. He didn't even like you. Hurt my feelings, General Doug. Now I'm gonna hurt you.
Well, somebody's got to be in charge, and somebody doesn't. Will General Doug remain the general, or will Paul R. Opposite, his Paul R. Opposite, become the new general, leaving General Doug as Swabby Doug Carl?
I don't know if this is even gonna get settled tonight. These two have such a storied history of feuding each other. It may be resolved tonight. If so, my money's on the general to stay general. But my money is also on this feud continuing to simmer, because two dastardly individuals like this can't just resolve their issues.
That's right. Bet your money on everything, and you've got to be a winner eventually. That's what we say here at TWO.
Yeah, no, I went to Vegas, and I bet on everything. And you know what? Technically, I won.
The house doesn't always win when Carl Featherbottom comes into it.
Say who? Say what?
The house doesn't always win when Carl Featherbottom comes into it.
It only won 95% of the time.
There you go. 95%. Is that what you give General Doug here?
I'm not in the percentage game. I don't have a grappler radar. All I know is wrestling. And in wrestling, experience and consistency are going to be your friends. And Paul R. Opposite definitely doesn't have consistency.
Well, these two are going to find a way to coexist as a unit. The question is, who will be the general and who will be the swabby? Could we be looking at General Paul R. Opposite Carl?
If he becomes general, does the title of general become swabby? That's the only way this logic makes sense.
All right, what if he becomes specific R. Opposite?
You're running circles around me, Deuce. I take back anything I said about your intellect. It has me dizzy.
Mind like a steel trap. Unless Paul R. Opposite comes to me, then it's a mind like a sand trap. I'm still not sure how he works. But he is in the ring.
I don't know how his hair works.
By being in the ring, he may be not in the ring.
I think his hair is doing the opposite of following the laws of gravity.
Well, you got disobedient hair. You better hope that you're a general, because a swabby will have to get that.
You see that little tuft?
Fixed right up.
That tuft that just like folds up?
It's driving me crazy. I can't stop looking at it.
It's freaking bonkers. At least it keeps me from looking in his eyes and him turning into the opposite of me.
What would the opposite of a Carl Featherbottom be?
That'd probably be a Lark hard head.
There you have it, folks. He'll become Lark Hardhead if Paul R. Opposite gets closer to him than he does to General Doug. Right now, Paul R. Opposite taking it right to General Doug. You've got to think, General Doug several times robbing Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist, of a storybook ending of winning a match in the semifinals with no arms.
Yeah, it was truly scumbaggery to the fullest. Him coming in, I think, with that same attitude tonight is gonna make Polar Opposite a bit of a nobleman in contrast.
He's got it locked in that Boston Crab, which when Polar Opposite is on it, it's a San Francisco bird.
Ooh, Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco bird.
That's exactly what they say. Got it tattooed somewhere.
Yeah, right there in your armpit, and I'm just waiting for you to shave it again so I can read it.
Sorry about that. It takes a lot of maintenance that I'm not willing to do. Polar Opposite is on fire, which of course means that he's very chilly right now.
That Polar Opposite clearly came in with an agenda tonight. He wants to be general. I don't know if he knows anything else, but he knows he wants that.
Well, you don't want to be swabby. That's because there's a lot of swabbing involved, is what I understand about a swabby. I do not know a ton. I've got a boat. I never use it.
You don't use it?
It just sits outside the house.
Do you not know how to
use
it?
it as a guest house, I suppose, if I knew anyone that ever wanted to come and visit.
You do. I definitely do want to.
Right here, as Polar Opposite and General Doug just going at it outside of the ring. Nobody getting a real square control, but Polar Opposite gets the slightly better end of that exchange. And then, the muchly better end of that clothesline, Carl.
I would actually maintain any clothesline you had by the guest house boat. I would bring, finger foods and share them with anyone who needed them. I've got cheese puffs, the perfect finger food to give you.
I'll tell you what's perfect is that drop across the top rope, which of course meant that he meant to throw General Doug into the ceiling. Again, still not sure how Polar Opposite works.
Does he work or does he break? There's no way to know or not know.
What I do know is that these two don't seem like they're going to make a very good team, regardless of which one becomes the general and which one becomes the swabby. Carl, how are they going to exist as a unit after all that they've been through over the last few weeks here on Pantheon?
I don't know how they will. I think they're going to have to keep on fighting it out to solidify a hierarchy.
Just one.
A congruity, the sort of mojo that the best teams in this company, like Hard Law, have.
Can you name any other teams in the company right now?
I was listing the best teams in the company.
It's okay.
I've heard a rumor that Funtimestein and Father Time are working on a Time Lords project, but that's strictly rumor at this point.
There you have it, folks. The best rumors. You don't even have to call it a 900 number. You just have to tune in. And Polar Opposite, big miss, but General Doug with a miss. But now he's back in. So we're now once again connecting on offense in this match.
Yeah, they're connecting on offense. Maybe this is how they find something between themselves. Just agreeing that one of them is the general.
General Doug is just jumped into that Hurricane Run. He's got him rolled up. They got one. And no.
That was the wiggliest kick out I've ever seen. Polar Opposite, a twitchy fella tonight.
Well, he's close to General Doug, who, of course, not twitchy at all. In fact, he might, if he gets too close to General Doug's non-twitchiness, find himself in a Michael Romano cardiologist sort of situation.
That is the twitchiest it's ever gotten here on TWO. General Doug did not do anything gentlemanly there.
But he did it a big backdrop. He is going up to the top.
Is this gonna be it?
This could be the pineapple surprise. No, he missed it. And then ate a drop kick for his trouble.
Yeah, no, his hit rate is pretty low. I hope his boat's cannons can do a little bit better. What are you doing, Paul?
He is waiting for Brawloween to get here. It's coming up.
Yeah, and I expect Brawloween to be filled with tricks, treats, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, and skeletons. I sure do love Halloween, but I sure hope it doesn't have candy corn.
It's gonna have not only candy corn, but also wrestling matches, as General Doug now disrespectfully kneeing Paul our Opposite in the face multiple times.
Yeah, Polar Opposite is not taking well to being on the receiving end of General Doug's brawling style. Oh,
we're back now, and wow, just raking into the face. Polar Opposite has come back and really started to assert himself in this match.
Yeah, he's channeling some kind of new, more smoother, more powerful energy than he had for the first chunk.
He may have gotten close to something a little more rattly than that, so now he's smoothing out.
Speaking of chunks and smoothness, what kind of peanut butter would you like me to put on the finger foods I bring to your guest boathouse?
I still have no idea what you're talking about. I said we could if we wanted to. We are absolutely not.
There are two types
using
of peanut butter. There are two. The Lord made two types of peanut butter. Which do you prefer?
Almond butter. Short arm clothesline. We've got a pin. 1, 2. No, General Dog. Still a general as of now, but almost lost that rank.
Polar Opposite, he's getting ready to take out this dastardly general. He wants, it's a mutiny, a mutiny.
That's what this is. We're going to call that neck breaker the mutiny neck breaker, except for we'll forget to do that next week. As
yeah,
General
but it'll
Dog
be the
makes him
opposite
walk
of
the plank
remembering,
to the
so it'll be
outside.
on brand. All right, General Doug. Following Paul out of the ring. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to stay out there for a little while.
Well, he is, but Paul, our opposite, doing the opposite of staying in the ring, which is, of course, exiting the ring right into the face of General Doug.
And still giving Doug a minute to get back up. I think he's going to regret it. There counts up to 3.
We have seen what happens when there are countouts. Hildegard von Bangin, still very upset after last week's loss.
Yeah, and the word is that she has actually entered into some sort of agreement with the actual devil.
From literal Christian hell?
That's exactly right. Immediately under the ring in literal Christian hell, the devil came out from it.
1, 2, 3, and Polar Opposite comes out with a win following the freezing rain. He is the General Opposite.
General Opposite, the General of General Doug. Is he now Swabby Doug? Swabby Doug. But I've got to be honest, that was one of the most evenly fought matches we've seen here on Pantheon. And I have to think that Swabby Doug is not finished here.
I have to think Swabby Doug is going to regret entering into this match. But nope, for now, Paul our Opposite is General Paul our Opposite, and there's nothing we can do about it. Would you try?
I think he was right there practicing standing and watching off the bow.
Ooh.
Thank you for calling Titan Wrestling Online, the most violent display of athleticism on the internet outside of the dark web. To inquire about sponsorship opportunities, press 1. To contact TWO's legal department, press 2. To leave a tip for the cryptozoology hotline, press 3. For any other concerns, please leave a message at the tone. Thank you, and it was wonderful to direct your call.
Hi, my name is Earl Wadsman. I'm a livestock veterinarian down in Mantaur County, and I'm calling in regards to Jason Durham, or Mantaur, as you folks might know. Jason is not in a condition to be wrestling, or exerting any sort of physical effort of any kind. You see, a few months ago, I got a call down at Henderson Ranch about an incident with their horse, and I went assuming the horse had just gotten injured or something, but turns out the horse was fine, but Jason got kicked in the head pretty bad. I don't know what Jason was doing behind a horse in a farm across town in the middle of the night, but, gentleman never asks. But I did my best to put the jumbled up brain bits back where they belong. But human brains and horse brains are apples and oranges when it comes to that stuff. So consequently, Jason came out of his coma a little jumbled, started telling everyone he was a mythical creature with the bottom half of a human and the top half of a centaur. Just don't make no sense because the top half of the centaur is still human. So how can he be a mythical creature if human plus human equals human? But he wasn't hearing none of that. Eventually ran off to become a wrestler. Irregardless, that boy's head is being held together with shoelaces, Velcro, and prayers. You've probably seen the signs of this during some of the matches. So I hope that y'all do the right thing and keep that boy on the bench until some sort of veterinarian who specializes in human folk can patch him up better than I was able to. Feel free to give me a call if you have any questions or you just need someone to pick him up and bring him home. All right. You have a blessed day now. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's the Keeper. Just want to put a big shout out thanks to all of the TWO fans who helped fuel my energy last week so I could whip up on that lifeguard Lyle. Y'all were really powerful. This week, I'm hoping to bring my big kick energy to a win in a three-way tag team match. Let me tell you about my teammates. Bear Grylls, he's an animal, and he definitely knows how to put down a hot dog like that guy, Dr. Cambridge, PhD. PhD, as you all know, stands for piled higher and deeper, because that's all he is. And my other partner, Amnezia Zteve. Forget about it, man. Watch us tomorrow night as we take some heat and spread it on the square circle and send those three boys from the other side, the Mantaur, what is that crap, Dr. Cambridge, and Ronnie Revv, come on now. The only heavy metal he's going to be feeling is the heavy metal of the turnbuckle when we throw his face into it.
At Brawloween, the belt of Damocles will hang in the balance. But which of these 6 men or the 2 other mystery competitors will be the one to pull it down and become our first belt of Damocles champion? Carl, we've got a 3-way tag team match. Oh, I kept talking after I said Carl, and normally that's for you. Say it, but Carl.
Deuce?
Carl.
Yeah. I am completely thrown off. I couldn't get my cue, and now I'm just looking at...
There's another men's belt out there. It's called the Belt of Damocles. But when that belt comes, I want to be standing up on that ladder, holding it high, reaching the sky, and Ronnie Revv and rock and roll ain't never gonna die.
You heard it right from Ronnie Roo himself. The Belt of Damocles ladder match will have 8 participants. The winner will be the one who can climb the ladder and remove the Belt of Damocles from its dangling position. Ronnie Roo thinks that's gonna be him. Carl, what do you think?
I always pick Ronnie Revv, the Reverend Ronnie Roo. Ronnie Revv, the 6-string flinger. He of wicked, he of my heart. Let's do it. I love rooting for that guy.
Well, tonight he's got a couple of partners, and the first one is the Mantaur. Half man, other half man. But he would tell you that it's the top half of a centaur because he is obviously screaming at us and looking deep into our souls.
You gotta wonder if he's really gonna be the best tag team teammate. Someone who doesn't even know what species he is, can't necessarily be relied upon to work as part of a team.
Well, what I can tell you right now is that he's got immaculate body hair. I believe we've already discussed that, but now I can see it in person. So consider that earlier thing a preview of the body hair we're seeing now.
A preview of the body hair we're seeing now, this being a preview of Brawloween.
We've got preview Inception, and the last member of this team is no stranger to that. It's Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD.
Absolutely right. Dr. Zachary Cambridge has written a number of journals or articles in the Journal of Theoretical Wrestling regarding preview Inception. He's one of the greatest experts on it, so I think that's why it's happening in his match.
It could be. I once again doubt his professorship because he still has 0 elbow patches on that jacket.
Did you learn everything you know about college from movies?
I learned it all from elbow-patched professors at my prestigious university.
Which one was that?
Prestigious university.
Oh, yes, prestigious university.
Hail the prestigious you, the best of the schools. Hail the prestigious you, other schools' drools.
If you know their fight song, that means it's real.
Yeah, I went there because otherwise, why would I know the fight song? Here's Bear Grylls. He did not go to prestigious U, but he does grill and is a bear.
Speaking of grills, I have this fantastic little mini propane grill that I would be happy to bring to make some finger foods over at your guest boathouse.
I have a boat. It is not used.
Does it have a name? What's your boat's name?
We call it the Prestigious U Remembrance Boat.
The Prestigious U? Oh, the Perb.
Yeah, good old Perb.
Yeah, I would love to get Perby on that boat.
What do you think of last week's upset with the keeper beating Lyle Guard, who is now on his way to fight for the inaugural men's championship here in Two?
I mean, it's clearly fired up the keeper. It's given him some confidence coming in. He's still got his cleats on. He's still got his soccer jersey. But I can only see better things coming for him.
And of course, the last member of this team, Amnezia Zteve. What is he even doing here?
He doesn't know, but I do. He is fulfilling a contract obligation that does not care about his condition.
Can he make new memories? Like, does he remember last, a couple weeks ago, not being an advancer in the tournament, but entering himself in the Sword of Damocles match?
I don't think he does. My sense is that he wakes up every day without memories of what came before. That's based on the little research that I've done following him around.
Oh, there we have it. And it's going to be Mantaur and Bear Grylls, the two largest and hairiest members of each team, going at it to start off.
Yeah, one of them an animal, one of them thinks he's part animal. This is going to be an interesting contrast in levels of self-awareness.
Well, and of course, the bear who knows that he's a bear is taking advantage early, but the keeper coming right in. And that's
the bear knows.
Mantaur off.
Yeah, the bear knows right a winner.
Now, keeper on a hot streak. Do you think he will be able to climb up and bring down the belt of Damocles when these men are not on teams, but every man for himself?
I am not sure if the keeper's really going to have that. I think a win this week, stringing together 2 in a row, though, it'd be hard to bet against him. I don't bet on these matches. That would be illegal, and I'm a professional.
Your channel points are on the line. People viewing on 2MB Studios at home.
2MB Studios, the 2 in that a number instead of the letters TWO.
Which of
that's
course
always
spells
bugs me. Two, the host of Pantheon. Brought to you by Snickers. Ow.
Why would you put so many sharp peanuts in a candy? Shouldn't the peanuts be a little less sharp? Would you want these peanuts to cut my mouth open this way? This is disgusting. Why would I continue to eat these? Grab a Snickers.
That's the slogan.
That's the slogan. It just gets real existential.
All I'd say is, I'm a man of the company, and I'm happy to support whatever Snickers tells us to say.
Speaking of what Snickers tells us to say, buy them. In the meantime, Mantaur now lining up and just smashing into the corner of the keeper.
And the Mantaur has been ignoring offer after offer from his teammates. Wonder if that's gonna create a little bit of discord among these three.
We'll see. Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD, tried to assert himself, but all the wrestling he did was theoretical. He got tossed right out of the ring and walked back. Just a 1 count for the Mantaur. Keeper still riding a hot streak. And now tagging in the Reverend Ronnie Roo.
And a nice rotation from this team. Ronnie Roo really setting up for some awesome stage antics. Whenever he does pull them off, they're going to be so freaking awesome.
You gotta hit the keeper more times before you start your elaborate poses. That's one thing that I would tell the Reverend Ronnie Roo if I could. And now his cleat stomps just right to the chest.
Deuce, you cannot rush the high noon at Cancun. I saw it during the tour of the Florida Panhandle in '87, and I was high as balls, but I'm sure it was great.
Doing a little the old wrestling powder, I'm sure. Here comes Ronnie Roo off the ropes, and just a huge smack for Bear Grylls, who holds on and chokeslams him. Bear Grylls, huge powerhouse, gotta be a favorite in the upcoming Sword of Damocles match coming up at Brawloween.
Brawloween, that's right, our season finale coming on 10/24, the scariest night in wrestling.
There is not a scary, if you put a 1 and a 0 and a 2 and a 4 together in just the right way, it looks like a skeleton that looks like it could be the skeleton of your specific high school bully.
That's very scary, but also kind of satisfying. I'm glad to know he's not gonna get me.
The skeleton is, of course, animated and coming after you. The bones being held together by some sort of evil, mystical energy. Possibly cursed by a witch. Possibly just melded together by years of hate seething underground. No one really knows the origins of skeletons.
Could they also be... What was the cursed being that I turned into that one time?
The Babadook?
Yeah, remember when I was Babadooking?
I do remember when you were Babadooking. We still have not cleaned the vomit up.
Yeah, I don't remember it. It was a complete trance, a complete fugue state. And as far as I'm considered, I don't think I'm responsible for anything I did in that time.
Well, I can tell you who's responsible for... I don't know what has just happened there. I don't know who's responsible for it.
I think that was
now with a reverse DDT, though, and now going right after Dr. Zachary Cambridge.
Dr. Zachary Cambridge, a noted nerd, I think tried to do the Vulcan neck pinch to the keeper before.
And again, has not been in this match yet, but just ate a DDT onto the marble siding there.
Yeah.
And speaking of the marble siding, that backdrop just dropped Bear Grylls as the keeper now going right after Ronnie Roo.
No, stay away from Ronnie Revv. He is a saint. Maybe not a saint, but he is a legend.
Ronnie Roo, the Reverend himself, may be incapacitated. The keeper taking out Mantaur's entire team, but not Mantaur, who gets a big one. A big one. He got a big one.
He got a big one, and Amnezia Zteve, his muscle memory is his greatest ally.
And I believe that Dr. Zachary Cambridge just wandered off to the corner, not doing any wrestling just yet.
He went over, I think you know how it is with intellectuals sometimes, they think they can just do anything. I think he's trying to cure Amnezia Zteve's amnesia.
If he really wanted someone to cure him, he wouldn't go with this elbow patchless professor. He would go to the prestigious university's law school, which is so good that it's also a medical school.
At the same time?
at the same time. They all practice law medicine.
What could go wrong with people engaging in debates while practicing surgery?
And absolutely nothing.
Has anything ever gone wrong at prestigious university?
Not once.
And this is going very right for Ronnie, Revv, and Mantaur.
And Ronnie Roo now setting up the keeper. He's got,
he set up
Jacoby
right next to the keeper's
position.
teammates.
And now, picking a fight with Amnezia Zteve, do you think Ronnie Roo knows as much about his past as Amnezia Zteve does not know about his? What with all of the wrestling powder that he probably did?
That is very, very likely. Ronnie Revv in just a permanent state of either partying or recovering. And it's hard to build a lot of memories when you're doing that.
What it's not hard to do is... he's playing air guitar on the keeper!
Fling, baby! That's the 6-string fling, my favorite. He used to take fans up on stage and do that to them.
And
many people got hurt.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it was one of the reasons that Wicked never really was able to accumulate a lot of wealth was the lawsuits related to the 6-string fling.
Who's not throwing a lawsuit right now is Mantaur, who is in control of everyone, including the keeper and including Bear Grylls. He is a one-man wrecking crew. You would think that he was some sort of mythical beast. Is on the outside. Amnezia Zteve just dumped the Reverend Ronnie Roo on his head, and now Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD, has to do something.
Probably Mantar's first mistake of the match, tapping in this inexperienced buffoon
who still has refused to wrestle. Amnezia Zteve coming in now.
He's not. No, he was just. I think that was just a theoretical wrestling move.
We got 1, 2, and a kick out from Dr. Zachary Cambridge. So he can kick out. He's capable of not losing. Is he capable of winning? What's he gonna do in a Belts of Damocles match at Brawloween?
He's gonna hopefully have practiced instead of just studying. This man, just not an equipped wrestler. Arguably the least tough wrestler in TWO.
In the meantime, Amnezia Zteve knocking everyone off the apron, but that just allowed the Reverend Ronnie Roo to get right back on him. Quick leg drop. Looks really great with all the tassels. But
yeah, those
Zteve,
tassels, every single one of them sexier than the one that came before.
Where do they start and where do they end? Because I'm not really...
I think they start right on the inside, closest to his thigh.
Okay, and then they go around, and then they go around the other.
They come right back, so they're kind of like grabbing him right there.
If you start in that position. As this double team from Bear Grylls and Amnezia Zteve may have ended the rock and roll life of the Reverend Ronnie Roo.
Amnezia Zteve and Bear Grylls just having this absolute preternatural connection.
Is it because bears also can't remember things?
Well, yeah, the bears never remember. That's what they say.
Well, there we have it.
Now we've got to fulfill our obligations.
Well, Authority Corp came and told us that we had to sell some ad time, so I guess we're doing that.
Fuck the man.
Fuck him.
Okay, so on this projection, you can see our fiscal quarter. Hey, this shit almost over. I gotta go home and fuck. No, it'll take a while. Oh, fuck. Damn. Here at Wendy's, we understand that sometimes it's difficult to have sex after you have a burger. Hell yeah, thanks, dude. That's why with our new square burgers, and when you add in some bacon and put a bunch of shit all over it, best fuck of my life. I'm still a virgin. It'll give you some awesome erections. The bacon mushroom melt.
Welcome back to Two! Here for Pantheon, and Bear Grylls is still absolutely ruining the life of the Reverend Ronnie Roo. Whoa, that's offense from Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD, though, coming to the aid of his partner, not in theory.
And immediately pausing after it to preen like he's trying to get some students attracted to him.
He is definitely looking for tenure at prestigious university. He's not gonna get it.
Yeah, tenure at prestigious university, it is not the sort of thing that's handed out to losers.
Which we have all agreed he is. In the meantime, once again, this marquee matchup of Mantaur, who is a man who thinks he's a beast, and Bear Grylls, who is a bear who grills.
Now, is it called body hair when it's on a bear when their whole body is covered in hair?
I think at that point it's called fur.
It's called fur. So not a contender for best body hair, but a contender for best fur.
Yeah, absolutely. Although you've got to take into account the sleek coat of Boba the Chaos Bunny if you're talking about best fur. And we got one. No, Ronnie Roo breaking it up.
Honestly, best fur in the company gotta be Adora-Bear. It's furry and it's adorable.
Oh, you can't argue with furry and adorable. That is correct. We're going to see Adora-Bear later tonight, and we're going to see the keeper with a cover one. Now, you got to get out of that corner. You got to make it at least difficult for someone to break up the pin.
Yeah, he went right to the keeper's butthole for that. It was a classic Ronnie Revv butthole kick.
Yeah, there's another one of those wicked DDTs on the outside to the marble slab. Just a terrible night for Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD.
Absolutely embarrassing. The sort of thing that he will be writing about for years instead of learning from. You can't wrestle in a book.
It looks like the Mantaur is setting up. Could this be just a super kick? It's the Equus. He got it. We've got one, and no, Bear Grylls flying in from behind my obstructed view to break it up.
The Mantaur, none too pleased about that. He was ready to win.
And just a big stomp there, though. That could be the end of it for the keeper. Because as much as he is not a real beast, this Mantaur, full of strength and vim and vigor.
Yeah, and probably wrestling powder.
Almost certainly wrestling powder. Look at that hair.
Choices were made.
But he's gonna fight out of this powerbomb. He is not gonna let Bear Grylls destroy that head of hair, no matter how much it might deserve it. Yeah. And he's gonna go tag in Dr. Zachary Cambridge. Can't be a smart move. He's got to be thinking with the centaur part of his body and not the human part of his body. Except for he's not a centaur.
Dr. Zachary Cambridge. Is he putting it together? Is he putting together his theorems into something that's actually effective?
Dr. Zachary Cambridge could be putting his theory into practice. Will he put that theory into practice at Brawloween and bring down the belt of Damocles?
Some really, really nice congruity between Dr. Zachary Cambridge and the Mantaur there. Mantaur putting up his boot, Cambridge bringing the bear's head right into it.
Mantaur getting rewarded for his constant faith in Dr. Zachary Cambridge, PhD, and now he's got to cover. 1, 2, no, there's a kick out. And Ronnie Roo thought about getting in and then got right back out.
Yeah, the legs not known to be the strongest parts of a bear, but they did their job for the Mantaur, for the Bear Grylls there.
What would you say is the mightiest part of a bear?
Probably the teeth. That's the part that eats the grilled food.
That's true. And now just applying that nerve pinch on the outside of the ring.
The classic bear nerve pinch.
If you've never been nerve pinched by a bear, then that is why you're still alive. That's what I say. Now he's got both. He's got two locked in. If this was inside of the ring, that could be it for Mantaur. It may be it for Mantaur. He may not make it to Brawloween.
That nerve pinch was starting to look like a nice back rub for a second. I would love a shoulder rub. If anyone in here wants to give me one.
I see no takers, and right now Bear Grylls tried, but Ronnie Roo. But Team Bear Grylls just won by countout.
Wow, the Mantaur a little maybe came in too hard, lost his few human wits, and just couldn't manage his time out of the ring.
couldn't manage his time out of the ring. I would dare you to manage your time out of the ring after suffering not one but 2 nerve pinches on the outside. That is going to hurt.
Yeah, and that's going to take Team Mantaur down a peg coming into the 8-man Belt of Damocles match at Brawloween.
Absolutely.
Bear Grylls, Amnezia, Zteve, and the Keeper building their momentum.
They're in the prime seat. The seat that's in the prime?
Oh yeah, that's the one that's only divisible by 1 in itself.
Hello, TWO. It's Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist. First and foremost, I just want to let everyone know that I am fine. During last week's match, I received plenty of concerned emails and horrified phone calls and terrified screams from the crowd. But rest assured, my hands and arms have returned to normal function. But let this be a lesson to all of you. Do not drink unlabeled vials off of Dr. Jean Mutation's desk. On the upside, though, I can now understand hummingbirds, and boy are they talking. Speaking of Dr. Mutation, she has a match this week against Blockbuster Britt. And if you think her vials and poultices are dangerous, you should see her in the ring. Good luck to you, Blockbuster Britt. And to everyone at home, keep an eye on your heart. I am.
We've got a debut, and it's Blockbuster Britt, but she doesn't have it easy in her first match. She's taking on Dr. Jean Mutation.
Yeah, the most dangerous doctor in this organization is a steep mountain for this employee to climb.
What brings Blockbuster Britt to Two?
I have to think it's her deep hatred of Indiana and all sorts of pretentious, not prestigious cinema.
It's true, she has no time for an in-depth black and white movie on the condition of the human condition.
That's exactly right. She thinks that if any character talks for more than 10 seconds, it's bullshit.
Well, we have been talking about Blockbuster Britt, but this is Dr. Jean Mutation, and we saw Boba the Chaos Bunny just walking around to the ring, because why not?
I think Dr. Jean has been experimenting on Boba. That can be the only explanation, is that she's been experimenting, doing tests, collecting data, doing research.
I can think of one other explanation. Chaos.
And that's always what Boba brings. But Blockbuster Britt gonna bring plenty of her own to this match, to this company. She's a dangerous fighter.
She is a dangerous fighter, and she has got dangerously out of place hair.
Yeah, it is playing tricks on me. Oh, whoa!
She got me.
Scary fire.
Woo! How am I okay? Carl, are you okay?
Deuce, I'm technically fine, but I'm emotionally a wreck.
That seems to be the status quo here at Two.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a couple of my meds to calm me down.
You take your meds, do not take wrestling powder.
No, wrestling powder is not my med. Wrestling powder is for when I need to wrestle. Or cover wrestling and up my game. But right now my insides are all aflutter.
I'll tell you who's a flutter. Blockbuster Britt is a flutter. Or maybe she's not. I don't know. Do you think she's got those little butterflies here in her debut match?
She's coming straight from a shift at the Blockbuster to here. I don't know if she's had time to get nervous. She's not showing it right now, but if she is nervous, it's coming through in her hair.
An amazing mess of a nest of hair does Blockbuster Britt have. I can't stop looking at it. I am just as mesmerized by it as I was by General R opposites.
Yeah, and Blockbuster Britt, they're kind of force pulling the ropes as well, kind of moving her hands around them but not holding them. She's got a really tenuous grasp on gravity at the moment.
And that's it. The Blockbuster shift is over, but the wrestling match has begun, and Dr. Jean Mutation off to a strong start with a big head scissor takedown, and then a Beal right into the corner. She is not taking this Blockbuster employee's entrance into Two very lightly.
And that's going to be a shame for Blockbuster Britt, but it also should have been expected. Also, what should have been expected is that she would have wrestling clothes.
Not in this league. We've got a guy in cleats, I'm going to remind you.
Those boots cannot be good for sport.
Well, that can't be good for Blockbuster Britt at all, getting shoulder tackled right to the floor, but she is right back up, and she is pacing the ring with a purpose. And there's Dr. Jean Mutation.
That purpose is an elbow.
And she did. She lured Jean Mutation to the outside and now has taken control. Do you think Blockbuster Britt has watched a VHS copy of the documentary on the horrible things that Dr. Jean Mutation does in her lab?
I think she said documentaries are dumb. So no, documentaries are not her genre.
1, 2, and getting the 3 count is not her genre, at least not yet, as Boba the Chaos Bunny chaotically looks on.
No, but Britt coming in with some moves of her own. She is one tough video rewinder.
She's going
is that what they do?
I assume that's what they do with their days when nobody is there to rent videos.
Does Blockbuster still carry videos?
They must. They're Blockbuster Video.
They are Blockbuster Video, so they have to at least have one at all times.
We got 1, 2, kick out still. Blockbuster Britt cannot keep Dr. Jean Mutation down.
No, but Jacoby does always have one. His first count almost always gets in.
And now Dr. Jean Mutation going after her like maybe she did watch that documentary, even though we know that she didn't. What do you think Blockbuster Britt thinks about Living in Oblivion, that seminal movie with a young Steve Buscemi as a struggling film director trying to find his purpose?
I think she thinks that it would make for like a good coaster for her soda.
That is fair. That's fair. She does like them larger and louder. Too fast and too furious, you might even say. As Dr. Jean Mutation now just throwing herself over the rope and then throwing her boots onto Blockbuster Britt.
And Blockbuster Britt may want to become this organization's top gun, but 2 wrestlers will become our top guns at Brawloween.
That is a good. Did Dr. Jean Mutation just change direction mid-air to land that tope suicida?
She may have been experimenting on herself recently if she's able to defy physics in such a manner.
Well, she tried it again, but that time, Blockbuster Britt just a little too quick.
Yeah, that's what I say about Blockbuster Britt. She's quick. And I don't say that.
Well, you should start because she got right out of the way there, and now she is quickly getting a bear hug locked in.
Speaking of quickly, I have actually a whole bunch of Nestle Quick. I could bring that case with me over to your house, so I would just have a drink in your guest boathouse, and you wouldn't need to give me drinks.
There's a boat. It's just a boat.
House?
And there's a DDT.
Is it a houseboat? Guest houseboat? Guest boathouse? Boathouse guest. Is the boathouse a guest?
I don't even know where you're getting these words and that combination of words. It's certainly not like I said it. He gaslighted. What?
Don't worry. You won't dissuade me of this. I'm gonna bring my own towels, my own travel size soaps and shampoos. I won't be a problem. I'll be my own swabby.
I'll tell you who's not a swabby, and that is General R opposite. And I'll tell you who else is not a slobby. It's Dr. Jean Mutation. She is a doctor, and she is back in control of this match.
Yeah, she's a doctor of kicking a new wrestler when she's down.
But also a doctor of veterinarian science, I think we should point out.
Yeah, this is true. She did study hard for that degree. Did she get it at prestigious?
No, she is a Cornell graduate, so not quite as prestigious U, but still to be respected.
Remind me, what was the mascot at prestigious U?
The prestigious penguin.
Oh, that's right, because it's always wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah, nothing fancier or more prestigious than that. Huge double stomp. Blockbuster Britt having not the best time in her debut here at Whoa. Getting rocked to the corner now. This could be it. Dr. G Mutation with a cover. One. And just one, though.
Jacoby very late in getting there. We could have at least gotten to 2, maybe 3 if he was on his job a little better.
And once again, just defying physics as she falls down and then out.
Is that the experimental treatment? I think we just saw the experimental treatment.
That was the experimental treatment? No, it wasn't.
I think it might have been.
I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the call sheet.
I'm very excited about the experimental treatment. Maybe that was it.
That was still not the experimental treatment.
She's getting ready for an experimental treatment.
She may be looking for a shocking discovery. Nope, she is looking to just jump down from the ropes.
That was the most tepid lack of discovery and the most predictable treatment.
Well, maybe she knows exactly what to expect from Blockbuster Britt after 9 minutes of wrestling her.
Dr. Jean Mutation with the experimental treatment!
What? That was the farm upstate! And it...
I really thought it might have been.
Just kicked out of the farm upstate.
Incredible heart and perseverance from Blockbuster Britt. She must have been to a pre-injury Dr. Michael Romano with all the heart she's showing.
But can she get a 1-1? No, she only can get a 1 count. She's got to
have to do a little more
offense.
damage to get a pin in 12.
Oh, she's setting up. This could be the Blockbuster Bomb, and it is.
And that could do it.
2, 3, it does do it. Blockbuster Britt with a Blockbuster Bomb and a Blockbuster win, taking down Dr. G Mutation, who never hit the experimental treatment or the shocking discovery, but did hit the farm upstate only to have it kicked out of.
That's exactly right. All of those things happened, and maybe one of them was the experimental treatment. I'm going to keep experimenting on using it. But Blockbuster Britt is the story here. A debut tonight, and what a debut it was. She was fighting uphill for that whole match, but she did not let up. She is ready, maybe to move from VHS to DVD, if you know what I'm saying.
I'd say if she's got herself on a collision course with Indiana, if that's what she wants, getting all the wins will do it. What do you want?
I want a hug and a houseboat.
What?
Love and a houseboat.
You. That could be it. The queef can get in your head and make you remember all sorts of things. That's why I empty my head of all shameful thoughts before each match. You see, I've got it written right here on the call sheet. Stop thinking about that time in 11th grade.
Wait, you empty yourself before every match?
The killer queen just won via countout. Hildegard von Bangin just waylaid outside and could not answer the 10 count from Jacoby. The queen is the winner via countout. She will advance in this tournament.
Dear actual devil in literal Christian hell, hallowed be thine name, terrible be thy name. You know what, fuck it. I am only used to talking to the dude upstairs, and he's pretty strict about how he would like to be addressed, but I Listen, Madame Marie Paris tried calling a number of times, the 1-800-666-HELL number. We left multiple voicemails, haven't heard back from you, so I figured I'd give this a try. In any case, yeah, I'm in a bit of a pickle, as you can see. I've been waiting 1,000 years for my moment in the sun, and I got beat by a fucking queef, you know? I just, so uncouth. I can't, so, you know, I need to come back with a vengeance. So I'm gonna need to channel your vengeance to strengthen mine, because that hasn't really been my strong suit. So in any case, I'm not really sure how to make this deal happen. I know you like Georgia, going down to Georgia. I sadly gave up my timeshare in the 1400s, but I can try to figure that out. You know, composer here, I could write you a new theme song if you needed to rebrand. You know, you might want to massage your image a little bit. Also, you know, extensive experience in the biotech industry, physical sciences. I could make you custom elixirs and potions and...
Hildegard von Bangin. The bargain is struck. The opportunity for redemption is conferred.
That was easy. Okay, cool. Well, anything else? I mean, what type of elixir? Okay, well, you know what? How about you just get back to me? Send me some sort of like divine vision, or I don't know what the opposite of that is. Horrible vision, nightmare. Let me know what it is that you need me to do and how we should proceed. And yeah, I hope you have a great evening in literal Christian hell. Hope it's not too hot, unless you like it hot. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Everybody's brother could become our first TWO men's champion, but tonight he's got to get through Anti-Claus.
And we've got quite a matchup here. Anti-Claus, maybe with the longest duration in ring at Pancration. Everybody's brother with one of the most despicable wins in TWO history to get to that men's championship last week by taking out the possessed and injured Michael Romano.
Hey, to be fair, he did pin Swabby Doug while Dr. Michael Romano, with no arms, powerless to stop it from... Oh, there it is!
Let's pay some respect to those arms.
Well, they certainly didn't respect the cardiologist.
No, I mean, we're supposed to be watching this for for everybody's brother, and there's only one story in that match, and it was the arms.
That's one story for each arm. 2 stories.
2 stories. It's a true story.
Speaking of 2 stories, you know who's gonna go up a 2-story house and climb down the chimney and deliver a lot of presents? Not this guy, Anti-Claus.
Anti-Claus, he came in hot and strong during Pancration, and he's just been biding his time since then. But he hasn't been making a list, has he?
No, that's for someone else. He does not make a list, and he will not check the list he did not make.
No, he scatters all of his random thoughts about the kids he won't give presents to all over his room. He pins things, he uses like spit to glue things to the wall. He uses nail, he writes in blood. It's a disgusting mess in his hovel.
Well,
in
do
the
you
South
think
Pole.
he will make a disgusting mess of everybody's brother, this close to every brother's shot at becoming the men's champion at Halloween?
I'll tell you, Deuce, I think he's got more than a fighting chance at that. Everybody's brother definitely motivated to prove he deserves his spot in next week's final, but Anti-Claus is one of the toughest wrestlers in TWO.
You make an interesting point there, Carl. Did he accept this match with the giant and nigh unbeatable Anti-Claus simply to prove that it was not a fluke that he won that match, while Dr. Michael Romano was unable to break up the pin?
It's possible, but let's see. He's proven it early.
Yeah, just hitting the outside offense. First a big spring dive, and then that standing shooting star press. And now just dragging Anti-Sansa to the ground. This guy, everybody's brother, working like he does have something to prove, that he's not just a kid.
That's right, which it does say on his ass. Now I'm wondering, Deuce, have we in this match seen the experimental treatment?
Nope, still no experimental treatments.
Because he could do Dr. Jean Mutation's move, and I think that's what he did.
Absolutely not.
Now, are we going to see a countout? Is this going to be a really short and disappointing match with a countout?
It could very well be. What won't be short and disappointing is Brawloween.
It will be long and gratifying, just
So
like my
gratifying.
anticipated stay in the boat next to your house.
Hey, what?
You have a boat next to your house. You said it.
Yeah, there's the boat.
You said someone could live in it if they needed to place.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's a need, but no one needs housing in this world. Everybody's got plenty of places to live. That's what I think from my palatial Malibu estate.
Deuce Silverado, you just made an enemy of many and friends of few.
One! And it's a one count, and just a one count for Anti-Claus and everybody's brother. Taking it back to the outside where he was so dominant before. That Poison Rana showed that that's a strategy that's going to pay off. Do you think he's going to do this to Lyle Guard?
It's absolutely possible, but I think Lyle Guard, a real stickler for the rules, is not going to spend a whole lot of time outside the ring next week. He's not going to risk a count out in his championship match.
Goozling. Oh, what's he got? Just a big, disrespectful punch to the gut instead of a nice present under the tree. That is what Anti-Claus is all about.
Yeah, the only present he leaves under the tree are piles of excrement excreted from his butt. He's
Where
done
else would it excrete
He's done
from?
it to some of the best and most professional among us. That's me.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he ruined last year's Yuletide season for me.
That's terrible. And that's exactly what he's about. And then coast to coast.
Everybody's brother came in fighting strong.
And then just the one.
Just
Somehow,
the one.
Not able to put down Anti-Sansa for any more than that, but that big springboard moonsault could do it, but he's waiting. He wants to dish out more.
Yeah, Anti-Claus feeling the pain and maybe some rustiness from his month out of the ring since pancreation.
And now he's got the atomic noogie locked into Anti-Claus. Could this be it? Anti-Claus,
this is
holding on for
hurting.
dear life.
You can see the pain in his eyes.
But he's fighting the best way you know how is just elbow out of it. Anytime you're in a jam, just start throwing elbows and good things can happen. That's what I always say.
Deuce, you're filled with great advice that I would love to just soak in by living very close to you. For free.
2, and just a 2 count.
You're just gonna pretend like I'm not here when I talk about the thing you offered before.
Hello?
Whoa! I think that was the yellow
1,
snowman.
2. Is that the yellow snowman? I'm just gonna look at the old.
Well, it was an experimental treatment, I'll tell you that.
That is still not the yellow snowman or an experimental treatment, now that I have looked thoroughly at the call sheet.
I feel so unsupported by you in every way, Deuce, right now. You are ruining our previously pristine in-booth chemistry.
That is a big powerbomb. And that could be it for everybody's brother. Everybody's brother may not make it to Brawloween. Lyle Guard made
right
the
here,
fault.
Deuce. I'm a person with feelings who you've worked beside for years.
And folks, the voice that you hear is that of me, Deuce Silverado, and no one else, as everybody's brother now taking out the legs of Anti-Claus, fighting for dear life. If
Deuce,
only I
we
had
have
someone to
shared some
share
of
this
those personal
moment with.
details of our life. I supported you when you were at rock bottom. And I would do it again, because I love you.
Just seems wildly inappropriate as a workplace conversation.
At least it got you to acknowledge me.
Who? Oh! In the meantime, everybody's brother back in control, getting everybody to cheer for, because after all, he is their brother. And now just pounding away on the head of Anti-Claus.
Anti-Claus is getting absolutely ransacked tonight by everybody's brother. Everybody's brother, Christmas
He
spirit.
did coast to coast a second time. This has to be enough. 1, 2. No, it's not enough.
Anti-Claus goes further than coast to coast. Doesn't he go around the country in one night?
Goes pole to pole.
Around the world?
I guess.
Does he go pole to pole?
He delivers. What does he deliver? He doesn't deliver it. He just takes. I don't know. No, excrement. That's right. Excrement.
Yep. Now poop under the tree.
Poop under the tree.
I mean, that's what happened to me, and I have to believe it was Anti-Claus.
And that was Mom's gonna get mad, and that could be the end. 1, 2, no! Whoa. 2 coast to coasts. 1 Mom's gonna get mad, and Anti-Claus is still here, but everybody's brother feeling the love from all of his siblings out in the audience.
He's got so many, and they are all here supporting their family member.
But Anti-Claus, he's got some measure of revenge in mind. No, he spoke too early.
Anti-Claus keeps trying to put something together, and he just can't. This absolute beast of a man.
But now he's just gonna try and rip the arm right out of everybody's brother. No! Everybody's brother get his arm back, but is the damage done as Anti-Claus now ho-ho-hums into the air?
Here we go. Could it be?
The double axe handle!
Yep, it's not any of the other things on the call sheet. I knew that.
A big double axe handle, and now just wrenching the head of everybody's brother. Everybody's brother can't like having the tables turned like that. He's used to having someone else in kind of a headlock position. As
That's
now
absolute.
Anti-Santa not even bothering with
He's
wrestling
bullying
moves.
everybody's brother.
That's what Anti-Claus is all about. Bullying my brother and yours, everybody's brother.
Anti-Claus finally building up a little bit of steam and making a match of this. Everybody's brother now looking quite worn out till he had that drop.
Yeah, big hot shot. Maybe gets him back into it. No, Anti-Santa. No. Anti-Santa's still not quite sure what to do as everybody's brother comes in off the ropes. And that's a 1, 2, and it's a kick out.
And every Anti-Claus gets himself out of the ring.
And he just gets dived on for his troubles. Everybody's brother not letting Anti-Claus get a breather.
Everybody's brother clearly motivated by a lot of the talk last week that he didn't deserve this spot in the final. No matter what happens coming out of this, I think everyone's gonna count on everybody's brother to deliver a great championship match.
He's got that waist lock and now drops to the ground. Anti-Claus back in control of everybody's brother. But again, too slow with the offense, and everybody's brother finds an opening hits that jawbreaker, and now he's back in the driver's seat and getting back in the ring. Probably to wait for another dirty countout.
This contrast of styles could not be more pronounced.
That big hop Hurricane Rana, and we are in trouble now if our name is Anti-Claus, but it's not. Mine is Deuce Silverado, and that's Carl Featherbottom.
And here we are tonight on Pantheon, brought to you by Two.
Everybody's brother really feeling the heat, and he is going up to the top.
Could it be?
Is he? Mom's gonna get mad!
Everybody's Santa. Gotta be done at this point if he can get the cover.
But now he's just stomping away.
Everybody's brother. I don't tolerate rule breakers. You disregarded Dr. Michael Romano's health last week when he had a seizure in the ring with you and you did nothing. I'll see you on Brawloween. There's no running from Lyle.
Lyle Guard talking about the unsportsmanlike behavior of taking advantage of Dr. Michael Romano's situation, and that's enough distraction for Anti-Claus to just ram his head into the ground.
My lord! Lyle Guard almost here on Anti-Claus's side.
Lyle Guard
What a strange bedfellow.
Strange bedfellow and his fisherman suplex, and now we're going right up to the top rope.
Is it gonna be?
Was that a big splash? We got 1, 2, no!
I really want to know, was that the yellow snowman?
It was not. It was still not the yellow snowman. And just now, more raining fists down. What's it going to take to put down everybody's brother who got jumped from behind as Lyle Guard called him out for his less than savory tactics last week on Pantheon?
Yeah, I do not know what it's gonna take to get everybody's brother down. Anti-Claus, one of the strongest and toughest wrestlers in Two, and he has put a beating on everybody's brother.
But he missed in the corner again. He's just a step too slow each time he tries to put away everybody's brother.
Yeah, he wants everybody's brother to pout. He wants everybody's brother to cry. And maybe he's going to make it happen with this sequence.
It's possible. What's he setting up for here? Just dragging him over to the side. There's no method. It's just punishment from the Anti-Claus.
He's building up a head of steam.
That's a knee to the face. Just
that is
good old-fashioned knee to the face. Oh no, he calls that the stocking stuffer. 2 and 3, that stocking stuffer stuffs the stocking of everybody's brother, who is now going into Brawloween with negative momentum.
That can't be good for everybody's brother. Starting out incredibly strong and dominant in that match, but absolutely succumbed to Anti-Claus, especially after the distraction from Lyle Guard.
You do have to give an assist to Lyle Guard. He will give you CPR and a leg up in a match even if you're Anti-Claus, if he suspects that someone else has in any way broken the rules, written or unwritten.
Speaking of unwritten, I feel like we've really patched things up in an unspoken way at this point, Deuce, and I'm really happy about it.
We're right where we were at the very beginning of the night before I said anything, Carl.
Oh, shit.
Hey, buy some stuff.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to wash your hands, you test the water temperature, it's fine. So you suds up and go about your business. But you got an old faucet and you didn't leave the handle in the perfectly right position, so it's slowly growing scaldingly hot. Now you're scrubbed up and ready to rinse, but that's not gonna work, idiot. What are you gonna do? Try and adjust the faucet with your slippery, soapy hands? What is your other option? Leave? No. You call me. I'll come help adjust your faucet. Seriously. You call, I pick up, I'm in my car, on the way. I'm already there. I'm at your door. Hey, it's me. You call me to adjust your faucet. And the door is locked. You gotta open the door. I'm here to adjust your faucet. Okay? Now just come on, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. You just got to come over here and unlock this door. Unlock the chain. Come on. Come on, I'm here to adjust your faucet. Come on, just let me in now. Come on, buddy. You gotta let me in. You gotta let me in. You gotta let me in this door. You gotta let me in this door, please. Call me.
This is me, your friend Funtimestein. We're here in the reserved parking spot still at Dr. Michael Romano's. We've established squatters' rights at this point. This is my new home. We're not leaving. Is that right, crew?
Amazing Funtimestein. It's me, Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist. You and I have done some amazing things in the ring. We have fought for honor. We have fought for glory. But now, you and I are going to fight for parking. I've noticed you every single day. In the parking lot of my cardiology practice. In my parking spot. The best parking spot in the whole damn lot. On your iPad, enjoying the Wi-Fi. Laughing as if to mock me. Well, rest assured, this time of mockery is coming to an end. Because we are going to propose something that will resolve this conflict once and for all. The Employee of the Month Championship. If you win, you will be conferred this title that will give you the best parking spot in my cardiology office, as well as every wrestling venue that the holder gets to go to. Also, according to the management of TWO, you can cut to the front of all catering lines and get 10% off streaming services. A hell of a prize for a hell of a competitor. So bring your best, and I'll see you in the ring.
Attention market basket shoppers. We have a special 3-for-1 deal for you today. Meaning 2 out of the 3 are gonna fucking get crushed by me, and then I'll be number 1. Pretty fucking simple. We got some locally sourced Adora-Bear meat that I'm gonna fucking gnaw with my teeth and swallow whole and then shit out into the toilet. And Indiana, I barely know Deanna, but she's gonna be indie ground, and I'm gonna be mopping the floors of aisles 7 through 11 with her blood. What? I am being told by HR that was too aggressive. Sorry, I can't actually be held accountable for my aggressive language due to the nature of the toxic waste spill in aisle 3 that my fucking cousin... I'm not yelling at you. I'm just mad about the situation. Trisha. Fuck. Anyway, the point is that there's some sort of triple threat or whatever. I'm the only threat. Let's just say, when the bodies hit the floor, they're gonna need to be double bagged.
preparations are in order, so without further ado, my name is Slim Dean, it's very nice to meet you. If you're lonely and you got nothing to do, come on outside, sit down and chill on the stoop.
Well, it's decided then. I must become the main character of this Trois wrestling. Or would it be deux?
We've got a triple threat for our last semifinal match. One of these women will go to face two competitors. Carl, tell me what that's all about.
As we were hearing earlier, Hildegard von Bangin entered into a deal with the actual devil from literal Christian hell, and that got her a spot in the Halloween Women's Championship final match, which is now going to be a triple threat.
And here we have someone who advanced all the way to this match from Pain Creation. It's Indiana, and is her mind on this with the arrival of Blockbuster Britt?
Her mind is probably on a lot of different things. She's got a lot of issues with her dad, with her mom, with her siblings, and with her mortal enemy, Blockbuster Britt. I think it's going to be a tough fight for Indiana to win.
Well, she proved she had metal in that battle royal. Will she prove that she is in a nice color scheme tonight?
Always and forever well dressed, if her style is your preference. She's got a real confidence about her, but it belies just a whole lot of anxiety on the inside.
That's right, folks. She may look like a manic pixie dream girl, but she is a nightmare.
Absolutely. And this match is full of those, let me tell you.
Oh, is there another nightmare on the way?
Here she comes. This is the most adorable nightmare in the company.
It's Adora-Bear, the best fur in the company, and my pick to come out of this match and move on to the finals at Halloween.
Oh, Deuce, you a betting man? I wouldn't bet, but are you a betting man?
I absolutely would never bet. Just absolutely annihilating Jess Cashin when what is not last week there. Possibly ate her at the end of this match, but she survived, so it's fine.
Yeah, and good on her for holding back on her animal instincts and not eating the wrestler she defeated. Adora-Bear is really adjusting to this human society.
She's adjusting to human society. She's adjusting to being a superstar here at Two.
Absolutely one of the toughest competitors in TWO. A strong contender to come out of this match, but not my personal pick.
Oh, who would your personal pick be? Do you think that they're going to be coming to the ring shortly?
I absolutely do, and I think they are the manager of a market basket in Chelmsford. Evan, it is not Arnold. That's her cousin.
There he is, Artemis T. Demoulas, and she got here. She got here, and she's here. There she is, defeating Fortune Pierce.
In her car. It's a bit of a beat up station wagon. I still would love to have it. I am.
Maybe you can ask her to live in it.
Oh, yeah, the roomy old station wagon. I can't think of any sort of vehicle that would be more suitable to live in. Maybe owned by someone I actually have a good friendship with.
Oh, I didn't know that you were that close to Artemis.
Artemis Demoulas does not keep anyone close except for her enemies, so I'm not trying to get close to this toxic manager.
Well, she could be. She is one step away from getting that spot at Halloween for the Women's Championship. Will it be Artemis T. Demoulas?
I think her combination of power and chaotic energy is exactly the sort of thing that will overcome these other two contenders.
Oh, we'll find out. Nobody's picking the Battle Royal winner, Indiana. Too much on her mind. Here we go. And Adora-Bear going right after Indiana, but no, Indiana tried. And it did not work because Adora-Bear, an actual bear, but not so much of a bear that Artemis T. Demoulas can't put her face in. And then there's a cutter. The action is already out of control. Carl.
It is exactly what you expect from our headline match of the evening. These three, we should not be discounting Indiana. She outlasted 29 or not that many wrestlers back at our premiere episode in that match with many women fighters that she was in.
It was a battle royal. It's okay. That's not copyrighted. You can say it.
That's exactly right. TWO's Pantheon, brought to you by Snickers, filled with caramel that is very, very sticky, tastes sweeter than you really want it to be, but the peanuts will sustain you if you don't have a real meal that you can access.
Oh my god, I can't get to a sink to wash this caramel off my hands. It's so sticky. Hi, Snickers.
I love that you still pronounce caramel in the language of your family's origin.
Pittsburgh?
The Steel City.
And the shovel has entered the chat! And the shovel has entered the face of Adora-Bear!
And the manager, Artemis Demoulas, and Adora-Bear spreading Werner Herzog's DNA all over each other with that shovel.
That shovel, of course, is more Werner Herzog than Werner Herzog is at this point. But both of them just took a huge beating, and now that has opened up room for Indiana to try and get control of this matchup.
She absolutely squandered with that missed clothesline.
Made up for it with the drop kick. What's she thinking now? She's leaving the ring.
She's thinking about literal Christian hell, maybe, which will probably figure in big time at Brawloween on October 24th.
It's already figured into the fate of the winner of this match, as thanks to the actual devil from that was the Kodiak Cutter, but no count there.
Adora-Bear in the driver's seat with these two smaller wrestlers.
It's true.
The bear is driving.
The bear? How can that be?
The bear driving, probably with its paws.
That's a big slam from Artemis. Is she going for the shovel? She's going for the shovel.
Jacoby
tried to discourage her, and it took a little too long.
Yeah, Artemis Demoulas contemplated too much. You need to be a woman of action to win your way into the championship match. That would be... Woo!
Adora-Bear breaking up that pin, and now breaking up the face of Artemis T. Demoulas. No! Demoulas swinging right back.
How do you pronounce it?
Demoulas?
Demoulas? It's not a demolition derby. Demoulas. It's like you don't know anything about the storied Demoulas family.
I do not spend a lot of time at Market Basket. I have people that bring groceries to my palatial Malibu estate.
If any of them ever calls in sick, I'd be delighted to help you out with that. I'm not saying ask me to do it or invite me to do it. I just wish...
Holy cow! Artemis T. Demoulas almost destroyed Indiana by powerbombing her onto that shovel. I'm surprised the shovel's still in one piece, and I'm surprised Artemis is in one piece after that huge hit from the Adora-Bear. But
I've also got this nice battery-powered blender that we won't even need to plug in anywhere. I can make margaritas. I can make virgin drinks if that's what you'd prefer.
Why do you think I would prefer? What are you implying?
And then we've got options.
We've got a code red is what we've got.
And we've got Indiana sticking it to these larger wrestlers, telling them, I won that battle royal. I should be the one to go on to the championship.
And she's thinking it. Hits that springboard cutter. And we've got
it. Pin.
1, 2, and Artemis almost missed the opportunity to break that up. Fortunately for her, Adora-Bear kicked out.
Looks like Artemis might have
a sledgehammer into the ring and not hitting anyone. Oh, there she goes.
Yeah,
Nope.
Artemis
She's missed
may
again.
have
1 for
brought
3.
some of the wood shavings in from the floor of Market Basket to keep her from sliding anymore.
Well,
they have
raise
wood
hamsters in a
shavings on the
Market
floor
Basket?
sometimes. Yep, they do. It's a really special place with incredible deals and dubious produce.
I'll tell you who's dubious produce, and that right now is Indiana, who is getting sent for a ride. And then taken down with a Thez press, and now just getting thrown against the mat. But Artemis has her back to Adora-Bear. That seems like a bad idea.
But Adora-Bear's right there to break it up. Uh-oh. Yeah, this triple threat.
Smart for Indiana to go ahead and break that up early. In some cases, you would want to sit there and let somebody suffer for a while, but the size difference, I think, was enough that you don't want to stay in those clutches for too long or let someone stay in them if you want to win a match and advance to Brawloween.
Other things you don't want, sledgehammers coming down with the power of a full bear upon you.
You do not want bear-powered sledgehammers.
I don't want it. I don't think Indiana wants it. And I don't think Indiana's parents will give her the approval that she seeks if that continues to happen.
But now Indiana and Artemis double teaming Adora-Bear.
Perhaps recognizing that her size is exactly what they need to focus on.
But Indiana has already betrayed her. Almost as if she can't trust herself to love.
That's exactly right. But she's listening to some jangly 70s Brit pop in her head now at this point. Perhaps the Kinks.
Oh, it's almost certainly the Kinks.
Yeah, it's definitely the Kinks. Could be like a really, really early Rod Stewart.
I guess you could go all the way back, a little further, find like some zombies maybe. That would set the mood. Put things in a real sepia tone.
Season for pain.
Oh! She almost hit those steps, and that would have been the end of her no matter what season it was. And now, thanks to the betrayal, Artemis is not helping, just letting Adora-Bear maul Indiana, and she's going for the sledgehammer.
Yeah, I've got the strength of 1,000 baskets and markets that I'm gonna bring down upon you.
And I don't know if Indiana is gonna be able to walk after that.
Indiana has been the focus of Adora-Bear and Artemis Demoulas for the duration of this match.
Oh, but that was a berry to belly suplex.
Berry to belly. That's some of my favorite music. Starts from Barry, the lead singer of the Zombies, all the way to Belly.
Can you believe that Indiana is upright and, well, just getting tossed right back in and now ignored? Do you ignore Indiana at your own peril if you're Adora-Bear? Let's find out.
She walked right into that one.
Yep, flashed into the corner.
And dropped like a bad habit.
But did not see Artemis coming. This could be it. 1, 2.
What?
No, kicking out of that big lariat.
And this match, each one of them has had their moments, but I still gotta think that manager, she's got an extra gear in her that she's just ready to unleash.
And Indiana has just been shoveled in the face yet again as Adora-Bear looks in literal Christian hell for a stop sign.
Yeah, she is burrowing. I think she wanted to hibernate down there.
But instead, she may have been put to sleep by that big slam. No, rolling right out. And now deciding to pick on someone smaller. And it's not going to work out for her. Indiana in control. And she loves it.
summoning all the pain of generations before her. And here comes Artemis and Indy and Adora-Bear all right next to each other one more time.
But not anymore, because Artemis outside as Adora-Bear takes that field
action of Two's Pantheon.
And she's going up top. What she got in mind?
Is it gonna be? Do you think it could be?
But no, she took too long.
I think that was
takes advantage
to be the experimental thing.
Still not that.
No?
Jean Mutation is out of the building.
Yeah, but Indiana's kind of a student of her opponents.
Well, a student of the human condition, I would say. And that stop sign shot.
And maybe a winner.
2. No, not quite a winner yet. It's Artemis. It's going to take more than one shot with a stop sign. And now, propping up and bringing her down with that swinging flatliner. We've got
gross pain.
2, 3. Indiana moves on. She will face the other 2 people.
She will face Hildegard von Bangin and the Killer Queef in 2 weeks' time at Brawloween.
Who do you like?
Oh, it's gonna be hard to count out Indiana at this point. But on the other hand, Hildegard von Bangin will have the aid of the actual devil from literal Christian hell.
You make a deal with the devil, you get yourself into a main event. But can you win it? We'll find out at Brawloween, which sounds weird when you say it that slowly, Carl.
Yeah, it's Brawloween really doesn't sell how it's kind of a pun on Halloween. It's more of a Brawloween.
Well, here we see this is the card as we know right now. Paul R. opposite taking on Swabby Dog. We've got Ari and Tuber taking on Authority Corp. The Employee of the Month Championship will be on the line. The Belt of Damocles will be on the line. We will crown new men's and women's champions. And Carl, I would like to extend a very special invitation to you at this time.
Really?
Will you sit next to me and call Brawloween with me?
Oh my gosh, that will be the delight of my life. I'll see you at Brawloween, my friend. And to
I will
everybody out
see you
there,
at Brawloween. It's on 2 Hippie Studios, October 24th at 8 o'clock. We'll see you there, Carl.
Thank you, Deuce, for sitting next to me. Love you.